Hello everybody and welcome to episode 4 of Scum Villainy Echo.
Echo.
My name is Tom. I will be your...
Tom.
The voices, they're out there in the darkness. I'm your GM. Welcome, GM. We'll keep it going. He uses he, him pronouns. Welcome to episode 4. I am once again joined by some utterly delightful players out here in the deep, dark blackness of space. Spice. I will let them introduce themselves. Let's switch it around. I'll use code names. Hey, Bullfrog, tell us about yourself.
Sup? Hey.
Yeah.
What up? Word. Hi.
Oh, Nat, how did you get so cool?
Word to your parent.
Ooh.
What up, my guys? I am Nat. I use she, her pronouns, and I am an adult.
Well done.
I am playing Bullfrog, Ada Valeri Bullfrog. Bullfrog is not her surname, that's her call name.
Yeah.
Also uses she, her pronouns. She is a pilot and escaped from the prison riots. Not at the same time as this guy.
And throwing over to this guy.
Hi, I'm this guy. I use he, him pronouns. And I am playing Rig, who started the riots. Unintentionally, on purpose. And he's a... What do I say? He's his mechanic. Why is the playbook in a different place to all the other things on the sheet? It's so annoying.
We'll get into what happened last episode, but first of all, big thank you to our sponsors and supporters, and we start off that we are sponsored by Phoenix Dice. Now, if you have a desire to buy yourself, I've got a non-roll together one this time.
I have a whole load of dice here, and I keep picking them up, trying to find ones that I got from Phoenix Dice, and I can't find any. I'm not sure.
If you like Josh, want to have so many dice that are so beautiful and so clickety and clackety and mouth rocks, please do go to Phoenix Dice. If you get to the point where you are checking out, please put Roll Together RPG in and you can get 25% off. It helps you, it helps us, it helps your games. It's not guaranteed to help your games. You're not guaranteed a natural 20, but we hope so. If you do get a particularly lucky roll with one of your Roll Together dice, please let us know. Josh, that is too many dice. I mean, I know I'm doing the sponsor right now, but you can't eat all of those. They'll give you a tummy ache. Anyway, big thank you to the D20 Club and our patrons. Mwah. If you want to be as fantastic as them and you want to give us a bit of help, you can. You can send us one of your local currency or one goat, which we've yet to meet a space goat, but is just a travelling herd in little glass helmets, and they just float across the galaxy, gently bleating and hoping that one day they will make the jump home. Anyway,
What do they eat?
Good question. Anyway,
So go straight.
Also, an excellent question. They travel. They travel around. What do they eat? Space grass.
What do they want?
What they want to find.
Galactic domination.
They wish to bring down the government.
They want to bring down the bad government.
There you go. The homogeny will fall under the hooves of the space goats. If you want to go on the Discord, because you've joined our Patreon or the wiki, and please do make a new page that simply speaks about the space goats. Now I've put this out there, the players, if they're going to remember this, are just going to keep asking me questions, and by episode 12 I'm like, so the space pope is now being replaced by a space goat, Space
goat.
Space goat, coast to coast. Please, yes, Patreon,
Space
you're amazing.
Pote?
Discord, wiki, amazing. We can't do this without you. And if we didn't have you, you wouldn't be watching me slowly fall apart. As I said last episode, I've got my hand on the tiller, but where are we going? I'll tell you where we're going. We're going to the opening credits in space.
What a segue.
Space.
I've only been doing this 4 years. Welcome back. So, in the last episode, Rig took the shuttle. Yet to have a name. Had a bit of a mare. Managed to change the settings. Also got to listen to some. Rig, you really shouldn't be listening to those guys. I mean, they keep trying to sell you energy drinks. They don't care about you. You're not part of their squad. Don't listen to them, Rig. You're a sweet boy. I believe in you. Anyway, Rig had taken the shuttle, as I said, yet to have a name. You can name anything in this galaxy, to a distress call. Distress call from call sign Bullfrog. When we got to Bullfrog, we found a cool pilot in a Hawaiian shirt and a nearly smoked cigar. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Aida. Aida nearly suffocated in the void of space, but fortunately was rescued. We
had all of the balloons for oxygen.
It's just... Why did you have to have a balloon party? That's what took up all the puff.
That's where the oxygen went.
That's why
the car that you stole was the warden's, whose birthday it was on the day that we broke out, and they were given balloons.
Anyway, so we did connect the two crew members. We did a lovely flashback to Bullfrog's time in prison, where she competently put down a guard and returned to her lifelong best friend and companion / MP3 player, Lil Sal. Lil Sal, who's kind of got a head full of bluegrass and also...
she loves to hoe down.
Yeah. She just won't stop dancing.
And the Firefly theme tune.
It was, again, that was played by a bluegrass band. It's just like whatever the chip was it was a chip of covers. Anyway, we were reconnected with the ship that is now calling itself Echo, but it was pointed out that the ship is currently under basically its original tags, and that is going to be a bit of a problem, especially as the crew intend to travel across the galaxy through the jump gates. As we mentioned, actually we were talking off air, yes, as a bounty hunter you would usually go underneath the system, but things flag. You need to also know what the call signs are and things like that. So it was commented that the crew probably needs to go find some way of repainting, renaming the ship, and basically rebooting things. So it is about, I think I'm going to say about a day later. So Bullfrog has had time to have that shower, have the sausages, and work out that actually, especially now Rig has said, I'm going to go sleep somewhere else. It is a room with multiple bunk beds. Basically, I think even like you stick your head into where Angel is, it's full of guns. Angel's put up. It's a nice sort of bed. Angel, having like seen you, sort of does a very sort of like, what's up? Youngish woman, freckles, reddish hair, leather coat, sort of vest, sort of very muscular, sort of like, it was like, hey, not fair to play Rebecca's character, not sure how much of we're retroactively saying, conversations are happening, things while
we can have a conversation when we have a conversation.
We have a conversation, things not easy but not unpleasant, I think, just by her attitude, and also I think Bullfrog not trying to rock the boat too much, just like, okay.
Hey, look, if someone else wants to be in charge and take all the flack, then they can be my guest.
Polite, not. Yes, so you've had a bit of time. It's been about a day. The Bullfrog. So both the players are going to have some downtime. Also, a chance to have conversations with each other, have conversations with Echo, Angel, who is basically keeping herself to herself. The ship is currently travelling, but where's the ship travelling to? An excellent question. Well asked. Well done, Tom. running this game. Excellent. So, the crew have gathered in the kitchen. There is coffee. Sort of, it's dark. There's not much milk. You know, it's the way that Brown liked it. You know, because it's tough. Also, a surprising amount of whiskey. You know, if that's your jam at like.
Fine by me.
Yeah. So a discussion has been had about what to do. As pointed out, the ship, as I tried to explain, sort of like under the, you know, basically you need new plates, a new name, sort of like to get your. Brown will be like looking for his ship, and it's going to be, especially now the AI that seems to be running this place has turned against him. Certain much to be done, but you need to find somewhere that is going to cover yourself. It does occur to Bullfrog that you could go to the planet of Nightfall. Nightfall was the place where you were arrested, but it's a big place. Nightfall is known for having unpredictable nights. A night on the planet could either be 2 hours, it could be 12. It's unpredictable. There's also a large entertainment area. Those who live on the planet and work there try to give it a veneer of like class and you know, everything's swanky, but you can always find a poker hall or, you know, a back door, and even the most fancy casinos are terribly corrupt. So there is definitely going to be a chop shop that will allow you to drop off, change it, and also if Bullfrog, if you want to go back and find out whatever happened to the lily pad, that might be an opportunity. Although, obviously, you know, you've just got out of jail. Maybe it's not a good idea to poke that lion. It's also pointed out by Angel. Bullfrog, you've sort of like summed her up and gone, something about this one, you know, sort of like, not quite recognized game, but there's something. She speaks about a group known as the Echo Wave Riders. Now, the Echo Wave Riders are basically they're like hot rod enthusiasts in space. They chop the ships, they drive at ridiculous speeds, they Tokyo drift about. It is very much a sort of like, again, it's sort of like, not the green pink papers. It's that sort of thing of like, hey, you put something down, if you can race, you know, just, we hate snitches. So if there's anyone who would know how to chop a ship, change it around, they're mostly used to like smaller shuttles, but there's always going to be someone who's like, hey, you know, this guy lost his shuttle and, you know, his ship, and we can just swap that round. And then if that annoying bounty hunter feels turns up and he goes like, oh, here it is, is this one that crashed into a meteor. So that's another possibility. I will actually now throw it over, having told Bullfrog what she knows. Rig, you got any ideas what you want to do? There's two possibilities, but
in terms of where we want to go, we want to go to the nearest planet that has the capabilities to change the paintwork on Echo, and also change the name from what it currently is to whatever Echo wants the ship to be called. If Echo wants the ship to be called Echo 1, we will be getting the Ghostbusters theme tunes installed in the ship somewhere.
I ain't afraid. Yes, I think you sort of say that, and then Echo's like, yes, that makes sense. And weirdly, sort of like, Angel's like, well, and then Echo looks to, hold on, your associate Bullfrog is the pilot. Where do you want to pilot us to?
Well, it depends on what the plan is. You want to get to war, and Nightfall is, I mean, it's in the wrong direction, but there's people that can help us stay under the radar when we go through the, what are they called here, Tom? Wormholes?
Jump gates.
Jump gates. There's people there that'll help us stay under the radar when we go through the jump gates.
I've got an idea. Bear with me one moment. And I run to get my... in the first episodes, I said that one of the things that I took was hacking tools. What I should have said was that I had taken a fine hacking rig, because that works in the way that I was using it rather than the tools. So I go get a fine hacking rig, and I start sort of pulling through. Echo, do you happen to have access to Mr. Brown's personnel files on the ship?
I realise for Bullfrog, I haven't explained. So Echo currently is sort of a blue hologram. It's sort of like is in what she is calling her Echo form. So looks like you assume a woman by the voice. Sort of like looks like is wearing like long robes and has like a unmoving mask face with like blue glowing eyes in the hologram.
I'm picturing Echo from Overwatch.
I was picturing Cortana. Life-size Cortana.
Both of those not a bad... Yes, actually, sort of like combine that similar sort of thing of like, okay, this is robotic. Yes, sort of like... Yes, so... Sorry, I just... You went running off to go get your hacking.
You described her before as having like a faceplate with like tentacles for hair.
Her hair's going
like
down.
Like Asari.
Yes.
Yeah, like an Asari, but more robotic
Wires.
looking.
Yeah.
So like because she's potentially precursor.
As far... also for, again, surprise for those of you who haven't watched the episode, when Rig opened where the AI should have been, it should have been a computer. Instead, there was a tessellating cube glowing with a blue light. It does seem that Echo can project herself around the ship. You don't know if she can go anywhere else. You wonder if it's like a distance thing. Anyway, apologies there, Josh, because I was like, I need to describe this character. You had gone go get your hacking rig.
Yes.
And you had asked if, the person... Yes, you sort of come back in. Echo sort of like looks up at you and is like, yes, of course I can access his files.
So idea, very, very risky idea, but idea. We go get... Do we need to go to a jump gate in order to get to Nightfall?
No.
We don't. Okay, that's good then. But could we, if there's any like security checks or they need to scan the code on the ship or anything like that when we're coming in, because I reckon they probably do for security reasons.
I mean, there's docks and there's docks, and Nightfall has ones that we can skip by the formalities.
Okay, that's good then. But would it be handy for us to have on hand Brown's bounty hunter identification code, even though it could probably be tracked? Would it be handy to have them on standby in case we need them?
I mean, if you want to posture as him, I guess there'll be people who want his bones on Nightfall, though.
It's only as a last resort. If you know places where we can go under the radar without having to provide any identification codes, then obviously go for those as the first option. But with having that as a backup, then we've got a way to, if we do get stopped by the authorities or anything like that.
Yeah, it'd be handy to have on hand if we run into the Legion.
Do you have access to that, Echo? I could have a look as well if you like.
You mean just his identification? Yes, that's not a problem. That he would, You've also got your little soundboard that if he needs to talk to anyone, he could say "Yas." She says in a
I push the button. Beep. Yeah. No.
Poor Bullfrog, as you look as this. He's not doing.
I designed it myself.
Yes, he shows you. He's wearing what we describe as like an Omni tool, like a gauntlet.
Like an Omni tool mixed with it. At this point now, because we've probably had a little bit of time to jerry rig something else, it's like a combination of an Omni tool and a Pip-Boy. Mm-hmm. On a smaller scale to the large bulking thing that the Pip-Boy is.
Yeah.
You also sort of like look at it, and Bullfrog, it very much has used the base of what the guards were wearing. That he's hacked it, sort of like. It's actually quite impressive, really. Sort of like
he's not just a hat rack.
Yeah, exactly. He's sort of like, even if he is using it to play play bounty hunter noises. I can safely say yes, and yes, you both sort of hit it. Yes, that is useful to have, basically, to show your ID as you're coming in. Risk being, of course, there are going to be people who are going to be angry that Ruskin Brown was there. There's also going to be people who are like, wait a moment. It's also worth noting that Ruskin Brown has gone on the news and said I don't know if he actually came out and said they've stolen my ship. That he said
I think that'd be too embarrassing for him.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. He's like, there's been a prison break and they shot me in the eye and I was a hero and I tried to stop it. Yes. So that's, as we said, even if you were trying to go through legitimate docking, there is also that risk where you're like, a bounty hunter, really? It's sort of like in sort of tampering, and I think Bullfrog will definitely know this, Rig. You probably have heard stories. There is a bounty hunting group known as the Scarlet Wolves. They are known as being ruthless and terrifying, and they all have the tattoo of a wolf with its mouth open consuming a star. You know, it's very edgelord. So yes, if that's what you want to do, you could easily sort of like it's going to take a couple of days to get back to Nightfall, or the possibility of just trying to catch an Echo Raiders race and then being like, okay, they're very sort of set up shop, go, move on, you know. So with that, you would probably have to. It's not so much that you get an invitation, but there's a bit of that as well, like going, where is the next race? Where's the next, like, they travel in, like, they travel a bit in convoy, split off, then all come back together, split off, yeah.
The Echo Wave riders, are they on Nightfall as well, or are they around?
They're around, you know, right. Sort of that would be an extra, like, Nightfall, obviously, Bullfrog, you know that there are places, you've seen it, you've taken the lily pad there a few times. Echo Wave riders ain't snitches, you know, and that would be the thing. They're like, as I said, you know, if they could switch the plates. There is also the risk of them being like, cool, you know, we're adrenaline junkies. What can you give us?
In terms of the jumping from place to place,
yes.
Is it like a hyperdrive jump? Or is it like a mass relay jump where you have to go to a point and then that fires you through?
Yes.
Or is it like in Guardians of the Galaxy where each space zone is gridded and you go through that, but you can jump through multiple different jump points at once?
You get to the jump gate, they set you up, you get fired through. It's
a mass relay.
You come out.
Like
It's a mass relay, yeah. That is obviously highly regulated. The Starsmiths, who the guild who deal with the ships, also actually I might have to recheck, but definitely there are guilds taking care of this. Similar, the guilds are corrupt, but the guilds are also very authoritative. You know, where you'll be like, the moment, yes, okay, you could do a bribe. The moment that turns against it, terrible criminal. No, you can't use that. That is going to be a definite issue of like, if you go to either Nightfall or you go to the races, yeah, you can get away with it. If you try to go through the jump gate now, everyone's going to be on top of you because, you know, not only because they'll be like, hey, Ruskin Brown, you're no better than a criminal yourself. Also, various, yes, so you definitely need to get something fixed. Ideally, you want something which is known as a fake transponder, so that is what I'm describing with like the pink slips. That's the sort of transponder. It's faked, it's set up. I mean, most criminals have one. The fact that Brown's been travelling under his own volition, you know, he's probably tried to. He's Nathan Fillion. I mean, how can you say no? He's just so handsome, even with his cybernetic eye, which is now sparking. Yeah,
cybernetic eye improves things.
It's such a strong like baby blue. You know, you just look at that, you could get lost in that. Yeah. What you thinking, team?
Well, for my money. Oh no, you go ahead.
No. I think I've spoken more than enough. What idea do you have?
You barely spoke. Okay, never mind. I think your idea is a good one. As much as I know Nightfall, and I know the way it works, and I know the people there, I'm actually... I'm loath to go back there so soon, even though my ship is there. But I think these Echo Wave Riders sound like a good idea.
Okay, but I suppose if you go get your ship, you might leave us, and I've only just become friends, so that'd be sad. But I completely lost what point I was going with there. Anyway, Echo Wave Riders, do we? Where would it be? We need to go for them.
It is a travelling race. If you could try and hail them and try and get an invitation, you could work out where the next race is going to be.
Have I raced with the Echo Wave Riders before?
You mean we can race our spaceships?
Yes. Roll me luck.
Echo, would you like to try that?
I wouldn't
3.
be. I'm going to say you have, but you were one of the few survivors of the race, which they didn't think was very cool. Just like everyone else. Like, think about the pod racing scene in episode 1 of Star Wars, where you're like, yay! Not even McClunky, whatever they yell as they exploding, where I think you just were like, yeah, and then they were like, so when they came back, they were like, yeah, bullfrog, yeah, cool. I mean, racing's not for everyone, man. It's good. Yeah, they're fly boys. They're just I'm now almost like the Warriors, where all gangs have like a thing. They're very much like goggles and like, they're greasers and that sort of thing.
I know them. I know their type.
And they'd be able to help us with the changing of the ship.
They'll want something for it, but they know the ways. Not the way, but like... Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them did.
Having said that, yeah, it seems like the ones... Most of these fly boys don't last, but the ones who do are very... from like me just being like, hey man, just do not seem there. And there's just like, when you look at them, they're just sort of like, they never really sort of look at you. They're sort of like going, yeah, there's definitely they're connecting to something else. So this is the point. Bullfrog, you definitely have an in there. It might be difficult for you to get in touch, but, if you're like, hey, I raced with you before, and they're like, yeah, I remember that. You couldn't stop being a little chicken now. And you're like, okay, right. So that's both of you can roll something now to try, and you can assist each other. So either you both roll something, or you assist the other person by giving them a d6, but that's a bit of extra stress. We're going to go into the downtime once you've done this to see what happens. So what would you?
I can afford to take more. I either, in my downtime, don't want to take any stress now, and I don't deal with my stress during downtime, or I can push my stress even more and then actually make it worth doing
a downtime. Yeah.
So let's do that. I will take a stress to assist you.
Cool. Rig.
Yes.
What would you like to roll?
What am I rolling for specifically?
You are trying to get in touch with the Echo Wave Riders.
I would say hack.
What that would be, as I said, is now they have like an illicit like radio station of, so you can listen like through your comms to the race. So there's like live commentary. It's again like we think of like Mad Max as well, as everything's put together. But then you've got once again pod racers. You've got people up there, kind of like these junkers, like doing it. So yes, if you're trying to hack, you could definitely get either try and get it through your tool or through the comms. You could try and get in contact with one of these racers.
I'll try and get it through. I'll use my my rig. My rig.
Yeah.
I'll use my rig to do it through the consoles.
Yep.
Echo, are you okay with me trying to communicate with the Echo Wave Riders?
Yes, if that's going to help us, then of course that shouldn't be a problem. And so, like, she does the jump scare thing where she does that, and she's in front of you. Go, thank you for asking, though. That's polite. I appreciate that. And then it's gone again.
Just wanted to make sure before he sort of went into the system. So I roll
with the extra D6 for from the assistants. As Bullfrog, well, we'll see how this goes, but Bullfrog is sort of there, being like, okay, this is what you need to say.
Well, you want to, there's certain frequencies they were using in the past. It was between 78 and 35. Maybe try.
I'll try one of those. I rolled 4 in total. Well,
okay.
That was the highest I rolled.
That's fine. You spend a bit of time doing some hacking, and you just hit. Oh, God. Oh, you hate to see it. I'm afraid that's the end of this race. He's gone straight into this... no survivors, straight into the asteroid. Well, this is Cerberus ending for the evening. Hope you can join us for the next race. Cerberus out in a click, and then just... Okay, that didn't go too badly. Your comms is now live, so you can talk to this guy.
Sort of, it doesn't need to be put up to Bullfrog's face for the Bullfrog to be able to speak to them, but we just walk up to Bullfrog and go, "You can talk now."
You sure you don't want to?
I don't know them.
Hey, Serby, been a while.
Hey, remind me, what crazy cat am I talking to right now?
Oh, you remember me, Bullfrog, the chicken.
Chicken. Hey, you little clucker, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. What's occurring?
Well, I've been pursuing other activities, but I was in the area, and I thought, hey, you know what? I've got a score to settle and a point to prove, so I guess, why not? Also, a little favor to ask you, actually.
Right. Hold on. You just, you hear click, 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 and so, like, you think you're now definitely on, like, a private channel, so, like, yeah.
Can you visually see him? Does he look like Martin Sheen?
As you click on, Martin Sheen.
It's Cerberus.
Yeah, just sort of, and I'm sure Martin Sheen did like a Grease.
Does he have 3 heads?
He does, yeah. He's
all Mass Effect references.
I need you to get me the Reapers. Yes, he's like cybernetically enhanced, sort of like, and he's got 3 heads and also an extra pair of arms. So and looks like a young Apocalypse Now age Martin Sheen. Hey, Bullfrog, good to see you.
2 different, the same actor Martin Sheen, and then the British Martin Sheen in the middle.
Yeah.
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen. I was going to say, one of the heads looks like he's... Yeah.
Michael Sheen, just the head in the middle is like, don't you call me British, I'm Welsh.
I'm Welsh. I saved the NHS. You got Martin Sheen, Michael Sheen, and Charlie Sheen. The Charlie Sheen one's like...
because his other son doesn't go by Sheen.
Estevez? No. Anyway, the Cerberus is looking at you. Yeah, Bullfrog, yeah.
Wow, one of you looks like you're on drugs.
Hey.
Eye of the Tiger?
Hey, man.
I'm just going to gently push Rig out of the way.
Just looks at you. Who's the narc, Bullfrog? He's bringing me down.
Oh, he's got some good potential. He's actually a great little grease monkey if you need anything tweaking while we're there.
One of the arms comes and
complimented.
Stretches. Yeah, I mean, us little chickadee, we always need someone. So I just love how Nat's getting I think it's just a start. He doesn't know. He's terrible. Yeah, but so you want sort of like as I'm sort of like chewing my nails, like the other hands are like coming up to like chew. So yeah, you want a chance to like race again? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it depends on this little favor. See, it's a real shame. I done gone lost the lily pad.
Oh,
I'm real cut up about it.
That was a real beautiful ship. I mean, I would have loved to got my hands on that. Really, sort of like get my hands in there, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
I bet you would.
Yeah.
I bet you would.
Yeah.
Still talking about the ship.
Echo just looks at you and just sort of shakes her head. Angel is like picking her nails with her knife and just goes, God, man. Yeah.
The day you get your greasy little hands on lily pad is the day I give up smoking.
I mean, I love a fine cigar. Anything to put in my mouth? Shut up, Charlie. Anyway, yeah. So
in the meantime,
yeah.
I've scored myself something a little shinier. Unfortunately, it's just a little too shiny. I was wondering if any of your folks could do a little chop.
Oh yeah. So what you asking? Like a full reskin? We can change the transponders, repaint.
Transponder would be great. Name change. Hey Rig, you were talking about a little shiny paint job, yeah?
Yeah. It'd be nice to give it a fresh lick of paint.
Your narc's got an idea. Cool. Hey, chickadee.
I don't know why he said that in a suspicious way.
Yeah, no. He sort of like leans in and is like, look, game recognized game. I know what you're asking, dear. Yeah, of course, I can arrange that. So obviously, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, I don't want to scratch your back, but what'll it cost?
Well, I don't know, really. How much? You're walking around with a borrowed ship, from what you're saying. How are you looking for credits or cojones? All four hands cup like balls.
I mean, I've got plenty of those, but
all three heads.
That's not what I was asking. I was asking for a number, not a vibe check.
Yeah. Hold on. Talks. Yeah. Well, let's say starting point $3,000, but yeah. But if you get a chance to impress the others, hey, if it was me, I'd gladly do it for free. But
Of course you would.
Yeah. I mean, you're asking for an invitation. Is that what's happening here? I mean, I can, I know you're just a hologram.
Hey, how about then? I race and give your folks a nice little show, and you sort us out.
Oh, two heads nod to the microphone. I'm
Push
not
Rick
sure.
out of the way of the camera.
I'm not sure that we should be doing that. Hey, no, so okay.
I'm bloody Welsh.
I'm now Bevan. I may be in HS, damn it. Michael Sheen has done other great roles. I'm also a vampire. Anyway, focus, Tom. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll send you the deets. We've got a race in a couple of days, and then we can have a chat. Maybe we can get that drink. As it turns out, as Echo's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't deal with that. That was awful.
No, I'm sorry. He's an ass.
Yeah.
I'm really,
Gotta play the game.
I'm really, really sorry, Echo. I didn't want him to think. I didn't want him to know that you were here, because I don't want anybody to try and take you away from us.
That's appreciated. We're all dancing on a knife edge right now. I might need to hide myself away if you're going to let strange men like that stick their, what did he say, stick his grubby hands in here.
I would advise. Is there any way? We've not really had a chance to properly get into this. What is your deal?
I am the ship. Ruskin Brown stole me and replaced.
Where from?
He found me on a planet. Hold on. You're not going to do anything weird, are you?
Oh, define weird.
Stick grubby hands on me.
Hands up, hands away.
Echo.
Only if you say yes.
Echo sort of like and rises up again, and then just looks at Bullfrog, and then literally does the sort of gestures to you.
I mean, that is his job.
That's true. She's doing the ghost thing of like half in, half out. Actually, if you get a chance to try and improve things, Rick, that would be appreciated.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, maybe we can have a late night chinwag down in the echo chamber.
She just says, "Oh, gods, that's what it's called now, isn't it?" Oh well. As she sings back in, Bullfrog at the hatch, like a large hatch in the floor of the cockpit where you were opens up. You were able to go down 10-foot ladder. You are now sort of in the base of the ship underneath. You can see a sort of there's like a series of the computers, the wiring. It looks like again like a jerry-rigged thing that holding like piece of metal at the top, piece of metal at the bottom, in like cups, and inside is a tessellating cube shining with blue light. Echo sort of like kind of emerges from that. So this is me. You're looking at it and you're like, that's like precursor tech. That's
I have never seen any ship have anything like this before, right?
No.
Yeah.
You've seen advanced AI, and because you have spent a lot of time with ships where you were like, cool. I kind of was like, that is either like this thing has got sentience. You know, the fact that she chose to cut because she took offense at Cerberus. AI wouldn't do that because AI would serve its purpose. This thing is either an advanced piece of like robotics or this thing is sentient. This is yeah.
Okay, hands are here. You can see them. I'm not going to touch you, but does that thing come out without you taking harm?
That is the exact question that I wanted to ask, because if anything ever happens to the ship, I wanted to be able to get Echo out of here without them going down with the ship. So thank you for asking that.
She sort of like, again, sort of like is leaning on air and sort of considers, by my understanding, it wouldn't harm me, but I wouldn't be able to control the ship. I wouldn't be in the mainframe. So if you needed to hide me, I'm able to project around the ship because, and again, Bullfrog, you definitely know, like AI usually be able to like, project in this room, project in that room. She's kind of using that, but also there's a certain amount, like she's obviously sort of crossing that over to there, so she has been able to move. She's being able to move to places where like there's not a camera, but you know, yes. So yes, I think you should be able to. Again, kind of like, it has got like the expressionless mask, but it's like, I was asleep for a long time, and I think I have enough energy to keep me going for a while, but I feel that I might just go back to sleep again. You just hear, boop, like little sounds like, yeah, like me. It's like, yes, tiny one, like you. She can obviously understand the beeps and boops, like a bit like you. Yes, so Rick, if you wish to hide me away when the three-headed, she gets a shudder, he arrives, that might not be a bad idea.
Oh, no, that's the thing though, is the work that we want doing isn't inside, it's outside. He doesn't need to come in. We can install the transponder ourselves.
That is true, we just need to get it.
Yeah. They don't need to actually enter the ship. I would only ever want to take you out of that casing if the ship was in danger and we wanted to get all of the crew out alive. Only time I'd ever want to take you out of there unless you were requested to be taken out.
She blinks a couple of times and is like, thank you. And again, there's the robotics thing, but both of you are like, oh, she's sort of pleasantly surprised. Yeah, she's touched, that sort of thing. Yes, hopefully no one else will come into the ship, but yes, that's not the coordinates are being sent. Bullfrog, would you like to have a chance to pilot the ship?
Yeah. I mean, have you been doing it so far, or did Brown do it?
Brown.
What's the deal here? Because I don't want to. I mean, that's what I do, but if you really like doing it, then we can have a discussion.
He's very dull and didn't fully appreciate my skills. I would rather do other things. I have a very more analytical look at things. For example, it's the ethics of something. Not exactly, but it's the sort of thing about, like, if a child ran into the road, would the vehicle know to advance or to swerve? I think a human would have a better understanding of the ethics of a situation. I am distant from understanding such as that.
But you are in tune with the ship to the point of, if I'm trying to get a little more juice, you can help with that?
The mask smiles. Oh yes. We just have to route the energy from other places.
Useful.
No, it's okay. Shall we do this?
Let's.
Amazing. Please. So this is the thing. There's a lot of, like, you can obviously set it up. There's a certain amount of, like, oh yeah, we're putting this on, like, auto travel, to cruise, so you can sleep. And Echo is basically saying, I'm happy to be, like, the co-pilot, and she's not going anywhere. But you could probably, like, she would go on, like, this is the designated path. This makes sense. You could be like, actually, you know what? Shortcut. So
I know the back way.
You know the back way. You get the ping from Cerberus. As I said, it's a couple of days away. It is actually in an asteroid field. So as you know, the caravan is basically going to come together. They're going to do a few races. There's going to be some trading going on. There's going to be some chop shopping, and then they're going to disperse. So things are, you're beginning to travel. There had been a consideration about, okay, what are you going to take? This has been it's been about a day. It's fine. It was pointed out that obviously, I think Bullfrog, you got a little bit twitchy. You're like, oh, DNA, and I left it behind. And then Rig got a bit excited, being like, oh yeah, there was the shuttle that you stole. There are components. So a very quick journey was like, it's almost like, it's like when you left home and then you went, oh no, we forgot the passports. And you went,
at least we can reverse.
You did. You boop, boop, booped. And also, the shuttle went and brought it back. It's quite a big loading bay, and like the actual shuttle is quite chunky. This is a small one. So you do have this basically generic. It's going to be, the issue wasn't sort of like, oh, this is just like a ground ship. It was that the energy wasn't there. Rig. I'm sorry I keep calling things, but it's sort of like, it's either going to be Hack or Rig if you want to have a go at trying to make this, you want to make this race-worthy, or...
If I'm looking to make it race-worthy, I think it's going to be more its physical components that I'm looking to alter in order to actually get it to, like, light enough for it to be able to race without its big clunkiness. It's going to be cool without its big clunkiness being a hindrance to it. I would then probably look to do the computer systems afterwards so that they peak optimism for Bullfrog to navigate, but I think Rig would be the most important thing.
Yeah.
I'll take a stress to assist.
Amazing. You're also a pacifist, but are you going to put weapons?
Yes.
There you go.
That's the stress that Bullfrog takes.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you don't understand the way these races work. I'm going to need it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not opposed to weapons. I just don't like using them myself. So, but But yeah, sure. I will definitely. I wonder, Echo, do we have any spare weapon pieces on the ship that would be used to repair the cannons on Echo itself that we could use? Or
yes, if you want, you could put a couple of laser cannons on. There's also the possibility of you could try and put a cannon through the side, through, literally stick it through so someone could stay inside and just...
I've got another idea as well. Oh, how do you feel about having a scrambler on board? So it scrambles your sensors on everybody else's radar so they can't get a lock on you if they do try shooting you.
Oh, that'd be useful, yeah.
I'll try putting one of those on as well, although I think that'll be more down to when it comes to me doing the computer systems, but I'm just trying to make the thing lighter and maybe a little bit smaller for you at the moment. Yeah, I'll try that. So I'll do the rig roll first.
I'm going to make it desperate, which of course, so I mean, it's the first desperate.
If I pass this.
You get experience. I'm also going to give experience to. I'm going to give you a helm experience if this goes well, Bullfrog, because part of this is you trying it out, to see how it goes.
Just sat in the driver's seat, pushing the gas, going, no, no, keep going.
I rolled 3 dice. I got a 1, a 3, and a 6.
It's hydromatic. It's Grace Landing. Just as we watch the montage of Rig, you just clunk, 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 and then as everyone's just even Angel's like. and then we just cut to a really loud scene of pirates trying to come into the ship, and you're like, and then there's just pirate bodies, and then you're back to dancing every time.
Bullfrog just combing her hair and then grabbing the butt of a gun and punching a pirate, and then back to combing her hair.
Absolutely. I can safely say yes. Both of you, that was desperate. So you can feel. Please do put a. You both get a gambit, which you also you both actually, because you're on a ship. You've both started now with 2 gambits. So now, which I'm happy. I realise because we're putting it towards the end, and guys, we're going to do the downtime just quickly as. It was great. So next episode we get to the race, but you've chopped down this. Folks, I'm not sure if I said it on stream, but I said the word Morris Minor because I was like, it's a clunky, reliable car, apart from the fact it broke down. You have now just... actually, tell me what... Rig, tell me what you did with the engine and to improve it, and then Bullfrog, tell me what weapons have been put in, and also how it's been... This has been made for you and a co-pilot / gunner, what you have now asked, knowing that someone's going to be making you a ship, what you wanted, and what's your little dangly thing from your Rick, what have you done? What have you done to this ship? And also maybe even give it a name.
I'd definitely leave the name down to Bullfrog, because I definitely can't name things. I'm terrible at it. My Scarab drones that I carry around with me, they're called Scab, so that's an indication that I cannot name things. Anyway, but in terms of what's inside the engine, now, it's not like a typical retro car engine where it's fuel and cylinders and all that. Well, I mean, there is cylinders inside these engines because they're like fusion cylinders, and the way that this one, it was a pretty crappy one to start off with. It was a 2-cylinder, so I've made it a 4-cylinder fusion engine, and it's a V8. It's a V8 4-cylinder fusion engine with a little bit of this thing called NOS inside of it as well. Because if you're going to go fast, you've got to be furious about it. In terms of, so that's all of that. It's got all of the correct ventilation system and everything going through it. It's got a couple of little extra air holes underneath, so that it in a way, air can. It's got like a reverse suction thing going through, so it will expel air out, but it expels hot air out, but also sucks cold air in so that it can help with the cooling systems and all of that. There's a couple of little tweaks to the speeding processors, and that connects to the computer system so that you have more flexibility with being able to change into the different types of gears. I have based it an awful lot off of the old world sort of motor vehicles that they used to have, so it should be a lot easier to drive. In terms of the design of the outer hull, I have mainly gone off of the designs that you've given me because you're the expert racer, so I'm going to throw it over to you now.
Expert racer.
I think you're an expert racer. I don't know anything different.
In terms of like weapons, I definitely want some kind of like gun on a little spinny turret. And I know you said rigged for a second person, so like if Angel wanted to race with, then she can, but I think it's also got to have a port that if Angel wanted to stay out of the way of this whole shebang, and fair enough, like Sal can co-pilot and activate the gun, but also want the equivalent of space caltrops to throw up back.
I will give you those for the. I made it incredibly dangerous, and yes, you've definitely got that. So, what do you want to give this beauty a name?
I've also there's the little turret gun for the co-pilot to operate, but I've also installed a little concealed mini
like
laser
a
forward-facing one that the driver can operate.
A little like James Bond. It just lifts the
and
the
it
lights.
even has the sound effect inside, so it goes. Dun-na, dun, dun, dun.
Oh no, that's unnecessary. Please,
okay,
stop.
sorry.
Please take that out.
But yes, if you need to get rid of any asteroids that are in the way or anything, or people, then use that.
Exactly. Yes. This, I also can say that you have used up the supplies for the cannons here. So if you lose this, you're going to lose those as well, and it probably would be quite difficult to uninstall this. But this does occur to you that while you have the shuttle, which can move multiple people, you've basically got like a tiny gunship that if you needed to.
Oh, I have a grappling hook. Can we rig that to it as well?
Yeah.
The little slingshot turn.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I tell you what. Yeah, let's say a little sling shot. Because I'm going to say because we're really quickly going to do the downtime. This has also been. I'm letting you guys do your downtime. I'm also saying this has been downtime that you've both been crafting, fixing. So yes, you've now got a little like grappling hook. I will have to say it's not shoddy work, but this is. I keep saying the word jerry-rigged, even though I mean this is all put together.
There's not time or materials to do a perfect job. It's sort of. It's scrappy. It's very endearing, and weirdly, the Echo Wave racers are probably going to think it's very cool. So Bullfrog, sort of, you would have, we'll see how they react when you see them again. But last time you raced, you didn't want to blow up, so you were cautious and a chickadee.
Plenty of cooling systems in this one, so no risk of you blowing up.
Well, that. Yes.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yes.
Unless you hit the NOS too hard, then the NOS might overheat and the air filters won't compensate for that, and that could set the fusion off. But that's a very minimal chance. You just need to be careful of how much NOS you use at once. Space NOS.
Sure.
Space NOS. Also, just generally hitting things, being shot. Tusken Raiders. You've got to be careful.
Yeah.
Space
you won't blow up because of me. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Again, sounds like a challenge.
Please don't. I'd rather not have two of my new friends die in plasma explosions.
Angel's like, I don't think I said I was. All right, okay. I mean, a chance to
shoot. Sal's my friend as well.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he means me and Sal.
Or you and Angel.
Just all right, cool. I'll be.
I mean, Angel, if you do decide to go, I have added one little extra thing in, and I push a button just behind where Bullfrog will sit, and a little docking port comes out that Sal would be able to sit in.
Angel's like, cool, yeah, great. Just yeah, Sal just. It's like, yeah, just and leaps up, just comes so close to firing the gun, just like in excitement, and then just I think that's the thing, like you hear, and then you hear like a slight metallic screech as its echo in like binary going, no, don't fire there, and then Sal's like, no, and gets out, and then literally like kicks rocks walking back, and is like and then looks up at you with her big eyes and like, oh.
Hey, in time, you're gonna get your chance, I promise.
As it sighs a robotic sigh.
Hey, why didn't you go play the bluegrass again?
Ding, 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 and goes running up the stairs as Angel's like, what do you do? Get out of my room! Ding, 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 ding. Yes. Did you want to give a name to your race car?
So my question is: have we named? We've obviously the ship as a whole is called Echo. Have we named the shuttle?
No.
Right. In that case, I will leave the shuttle naming to Rig, but maybe the little mini car. Let's call it Reverb.
Reverb, beautiful. Echo will remember this. That's very cute.
I'm thinking of installing some sort of cloaking device into the shuttle so that we can get places sneakily. So I'm thinking about calling it Ghost. If anybody else understands why I'm calling it Ghost, you will find it hilarious.
I will also say, that's nice. That's going to take some gathering to get a cloaking
there's
device.
a long-term plan.
Yeah. But that's not a bad thing to put on. So, audience, raise a glass to Reverb. May she not hit an asteroid and explode terribly.
Any sort of tracking things that were in there from the previous owner, they're gone. They're yeeted out of the ship. You
attach it to the garbage pod, which when it gets ejected, it just goes, floating through space. They will do their best to try and track it, but you'll be long gone by the time. Right, folks, I did start by saying I'm going to let my players have some downtime. This is what's happening. A lot of their downtime was taken with building Reverb, but you each now get to choose one downtime action. We'll very quickly just read. So there's acquire asset, which, I mean, not to meta, it's going to be a bit difficult. You're on a ship at the moment. Craft, that's what you've been doing. You've been building a ship. You can craft other stuff. There's the Indulge Vice. Now, Indulge Vice might be where they're going because this help clears stress. With that, they roll a d6 based on their lowest attribute. If they go over, they overindulge. If they go under the current amount of stress, they lose that amount of stress. So, as pointed out, the players have been trying to get stressed, and I'd say it's been a very stressful couple of days. You broke out of a prison. A man's eyes exploded. There's lay low, which would be more for the heat. You've all got heat on you because you are escaped convicts. As Rig has pointed out, Rig and Angel currently aren't on the computers of the prison, which is making them harder to track. They know that they were there previously, and they're like, oh god, they did something. Bullfrog, they can't prove you stole that shuttle, but who can?
And it doesn't exist anymore.
It's currently attached to a bunch of like waste and torn up like bits of metal, and also
it looks really cool.
Yeah, also body parts, from pirates. Anyway, there's a long-term project, which would be if they are working towards, sort of, again, crafting something or researching a rig. I've said that that's a possibility for you because you've got your cube. There's also recover, which is going to be a little bit difficult because you don't currently have a medic. You do have an Urbot that has a couple of stims that might,
we're not injured though, are we?
Rig took a blow to the face, but
That's foolish.
It's there's also repair, which to repair the strip, and also train if you want to improve one of your skills. You can start working towards that. That does need particular. Say you're wanting to improve your scrap, then you're like, oh, I need to go to the gym and fight. Sorry, folks, I just threw a lot of information at my players and probably at you. So, let's. Do either of you know what you'd like to do in your downtime?
Yes, please.
Yeah. But you go first.
Yes, please, Rick.
So, is this a full round of downtime?
Yes. This is split between like the couple of days that you're not work. You're working on the reverb, but this is like when you get a chance.
This is like proper downtime stuff.
Yes, I think having finished the reverb and you've got like half a day maybe of just right. Let's do some nice stuff before we go and have to race for our.
So, as a mechanic, one of the special abilities that I chose when I created my character was baling wire and mech tape. I get an extra downtime activity to repair, and the repair activity costs me 0 credits. So my actual downtime is going to be to indulge my vice, nice. And then the extra downtime is going to be to do some repairs around the ship because I want to pair both of them up with talking to Echo.
Okay. So you want to indulge your vice, and then you want to sort of connect that with connecting with Echo, correct?
Or connect that with repairing the ship while sort of talking to Echo.
If we're going to do that, you're going to need to do 2. I'm happy to give you guys 2 because, it's like you haven't had a chance.
2 is standard, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The thing I've been used to do is like I do downtime when the players aren't there. So it's like this is what you were doing when you weren't on stream. But yes, you can. Nat is keeping me honest. Yes, you can do your 2. What order would you like to do it in?
I think I would indulge Vice first because I want to use that as a way to improve the relationship with Echo, and then go around and get Echo to point out to me what things need repairing on the ship while I've been working on the shuttle.
That's fine with me. So you've got your 3 attributes. Mm-hmm. You can see. So you want to look at your lowest when it comes to points.
That's the points on the left-hand side, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's prowess or resolve for me, so I've got 1 in both.
Just the 1 in that first column, and then when you start getting more along, that pushes up. So 1. So yeah, roll a die for me.
That's a 4.
Please remove 4 stress.
Remove 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So what do you want now?
I can't get rid of it. Yeah. Why is it not going? There we go. Yes. I've got 2 stress left.
That makes sense. You've had a... How do you indulge your vice?
So indulging my vice will be... you said it takes a couple of days for us to get... I don't know why one of those isn't going. It takes a couple of days for us to get to where the Echo Wave riders are. So I've been bunking down in the Echo chamber with Echo and having conversations with Echo about themselves, not prying too much into the history unless they're willing to sort of talk more about it, but also talking about the ship. And I've been fiddling with that cube the entire time because I am obsessed with precursor technology, and I've got my own little cube that I found, and that was one of my prison items that I had, and I'm just sort of fiddling around with that, almost like it's not quite like a Rubik's Cube, but it's like one of those I picture it to be like one of those Japanese puzzle boxes. So it's very much like that. I'm like sliding the panels around and trying to work out how it goes. And there's the odd time where I do have to twist it like 360 degrees, sort of thing, almost like a Rubik's Cube, to try and get it. And I've just been working on it and taking notes on the symbols and everything that I'm seeing.
As I said, when you've been using it, it's giving you a strange form of zen that you're skittering.
It's like a large fidget toy for me.
It is. You also go, because you're smart, you're like, this might be something extra. That, this isn't just I'm fidgeting. Everything is just much clearer when you are using it. And to an extent that you don't... I mean, you're able to put it down, but you're like, this is actually very calming. And you do have, like, a spark of a thought of going, life would be much easier if I just could do this. I wouldn't have all these concerns. I wouldn't, like, the back of your head of you going, hey, you're not going to explode because of me. The terror of going, they could, just sort of like drifts away. And you're like, okay, this is nice. You do... Echo is willing to talk about things, you know, in her sort of slightly stilted way. Doesn't want to talk to you about the box, you know, and deviates it. You do sort of like go, like, some of the symbols that you're seeing are similar to symbols that are on her box, but you're like,
I'm just taking notes of those things. So, when it comes to the system and everything, are you naturally part of this ship, or were you sort of inserted as like a foreign sort of object, as it were, to a more modern body, as it were?
Rig, have you ever seen anything like me before?
No.
Exactly.
Well, definitely one of a kind.
The pause there speaks volumes. Anyway, let's float up to Bullfrog. Bullfrog, what are you doing for your first downtime?
So the 2 downtime activities I would like to do are indulge my vice to relieve stress, and I would like to train in prowess because I would like to keep practicing my Hellman. So has been sort of taking, as we're travelling, has been taking Reverb out for sort of little mini spins alongside, because we wouldn't be going like, I know it's not warp, we wouldn't be going like full impulse speed the whole way. We'd be going a sort of a steady cruising. So I'm assuming that Reverb would have short burst, be able to go faster than the ship and catch up.
Yes, I think because you asked Echo, can you speed the ship up? And she's like, yes, but we're going to have to move things around. And I think it's also very fair. You're like, cool, we know we need to be there in a couple of days.
This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. There's absolutely no point in burning anything out at this point. So yes, you've been able to... you can definitely... So please do put 1 experience point on Helm as you do practice. It's... Again, she's... Reverb, she's a finicky thing, you know, sort of like... There's a bit of a hair trigger kind of thing that I think Rig is... It's perfect. Rig is a mechanic, Rig is not a pilot. And so... But then you couldn't have done some of the things he was doing, but also you'd be like, okay. I think also at the back of your head, you're like, cool, Reverb 2. I think there's more things we could... Maybe I need like a cup holder. We would get that. And, yeah,
I think when she comes back on the ship, though, even though it feels, even though it's sort of a little bit risky, things aren't quite working right, even though it's a little bit... it's like hyper reactive to controls. There's definitely a sort of like a wired like whoa as she's coming back on the ship, and just that sort of like tense but hyped up energy, slightly wild behind the eyes.
The adrenaline is kicking.
Yeah. The junkie is there.
Yeah, no, you've got back into it. I'm gonna let you indulge your vice now, and then Josh, if that's okay, we'll come to you to repair at the end. Because I was just like bouncing it back. How are you indulging your vice, Bullfrog?
Well, Bullfrog's vice is gambling.
Right.
So, given that we are not at a casino, the only people around to gamble with, are the crew. So I think there's definitely been a like maybe post one of the test runs with Reverb, she's come in, grabbed a cigar, and like bust into the echo chamber. Okay, kid, come on, galley now. We're going to teach you how to do this properly.
You sure?
Yeah. Come on.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Thought. Quick thought. Echo. Would you like to
talk?
Okay. Echo. Would you like to try and get on the shuttle and see if you're?
No. Echo's coming in on this too. I want to see how she plays.
You sort of said that as you climbed up the ladder, and Echo's standing there at the top. Are you sure that's wise, Bullfrog?
To what? Play cards?
I mean, I've got quite the poker face. Joke.
I like you. You get to know people by playing games with them.
That's logical. Angel's like, I'll watch. You're probably going to drag her into it, but yeah.
Reek's shoulders slumped just a little bit because when you were calling him up, he thought that you meant you were going to take him out in the ship and teach him to drive, and then you like poker, and he's like, "Yay!"
Look, she's got her vice, and that's what it is. Please.
He doesn't want to make you angry, so he'll still play.
I mean, yeah. I mean, also, this is increasing friends play cards with each other. This is, yeah. Please roll your lowest attribute.
Which would be Rig, which is a 1.
So that is that's the 1. So it's like the 3 different subclasses. Where?
Oh right. So yeah. So it'd be Insight. I only have 1.
Then you're rolling 1 dice, and we're seeing what you get.
A 4, thankfully. Any higher than that, I would have overdone it. Beautiful.
You burn through your stress, and you could take this. Yeah, go on.
This is why Reek still has 2 points of stress. Because he cannot play cards.
I think this is perfect. And Bullfrog, you kind of feel it in your spine. You're like, oh, I could ruin this. I could take him for everything he's got. And like, let's say you're sort of the dark side of you, where, which possibly got you into this situation where you're like, I can really. And then also being like, but what does he have? And in your like dark horribleness, he's like, he loves that cube. Oh, he'd be so sad to. But then you're just like,
yeah, I'll let him off.
Yeah.
To start with,
I've got a race. I've got.
But how is Echo?
Rick looks a little bit nervous because he's just sat in his boxers and tank top at this point.
Oh, strip poker.
There's nothing else to bear with. Everybody else is fully clothed except for Rick.
We're not having the sole young man on the ship get naked. Put your clothes back on.
Where are your clothes, mechanic?
It's weird. No one said he had to do that.
I thought that's what we were betting. I'll put him back on.
Bullfrog, he's in his vest. Like the back of his arms, there is puckered scarring that looks like burns. It would almost be like, again, in your experience, if someone had the burner from the ship and just blasted someone, this boy's been on fire within the last 5 years,
How old did you say Rig was?
25.
Mm-hmm.
His jacket, put his t-shirt back on, put his jacket on. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why I couldn't fly the ship properly, and it's like one of those really thick puffer coats.
Yeah, you've been wearing. You've been wearing because you worked out on the junkyard, and you would be wearing. Okay, you've got like your literally your metal rig to kind of keep it, but also it's freezing. You're very close to the space, so you needed a sensible coat.
Put the glove back on as well, and it sort of a little bit of a nano work goes through it, and sort of because when I didn't have the glove on, my fingers were very sort of almost like arthritis, like at its worst stages. These 2 fingers were like proper bent over, and he couldn't operate them at all.
Cool, Bullfrog. You're working out that this kid's been through some stuff. Like again, you've sort of like appreciated like the work he's doing, and I'd say to your knowledge of possibly scummy people, you've seen what happens if you betray a gang or something, that they would like the broken hand is very simple. It's sort of like you've seen people with missing fingers where you're just like, cool, that's your punishment. Or very easily he could have just slammed it into a piece of machinery. The fire looks like you did, as a younger woman, see someone who tried to steal and kill like a gang leader, and they literally tied him to the back of the ship and took off, and they just scored. That's this boy's been burnt. That's not necessarily just a ship. That's something. That's either someone's intentionally done that, or that's been a terrible industrial accident. That's. I don't know if that changes your feelings towards him, and I want to say that kind of like when you were like, oh yeah, I'm going to, and you're just like, cool. To steal that cube is to kick a dog,
Yeah. I think there'll just be a moment, like as the game is finished, there'll just be a moment of sort of looking at Rig askance and looking at you dealing with the tech in your hand. I know it's useful. Just watch how much of that you let into your body.
Oh, it's fine. None of it's actually in my body. It's my rig controls the glove, and I can. I've managed to work a way where they're both now sync together, so I can improve the grip on my hand and things. Like if I was to put the other finger bits on, and I'll put some other finger bits, sort of put the blanket, make it a full glove sort of thing, and then I twist the a dial on the screen on the glove, and you watch as the glove itself glows with nanites, and then I basically put my hand up. Bit of rubbish, someone? Something really hard. Like a rock? Anybody got a rock?
What
rock?
would be on there?
No,
would it be space rocks? No, there's a steel mug.
Yeah, that's
Steel mug from the table.
Okay. Steel, and crushes it, and then just sort of lets it drop down into a heap onto the table. I can only do that once, so I can't do that again. I'll have to let the gloves charge back up again.
Oh no, the mug. It says Echo.
Bullfrog's gonna get up, ruffle Rig's hair. Like I said, you watch how much of that you put in your body. I'm gonna head to the cockpit. And I know you wanted to finish on the button with Rig and Echo, so just the little button with Bullfrog is that while she's sitting there post-poker match, sort of in the chill, quiet of the cockpit, she's going to, out of her pocket, pull a little... in fact, it's not in her pocket. It's little Sal kind of comes up and knows what Bullfrog's thinking and pops out a little chit, which she takes out, which has a little hollow of a young man, just a little bit younger than Rig, with a little baby in his arms.
It's sort of like a GIF that's like slightly moving, and it's sort of like this young man is sort of like, I'm trying to hold the baby and like try and wave, and then he's just smiling, just really, So you look at that. I'm also going to give you, because I realised we moved on because everyone wanted to crush mugs. Do you have anything in study?
In study, no.
Apologies again. I keep apologising for making people roll. Can you just roll study? So.
Oh, sure. With disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Oh, to see how Echo played the poker. Yeah, thank you. 2.
I mean,
she's very hard to read.
Yeah. That's sort of like it's strange because she's playing with because you won't hear when they cooking like little wires and little tentacles come down and flip stuff. So she was able to. I'm calling them scuttlers, a bit like in a Red Dwarf, the little cleaning bots that come around. So there are cleaning that she's able to take over, and they've got little hands. So that was how she's been standing behind a chair, and one of these little scuttlers is on, and then was doing the cards and holding it up. Yeah, it's really hard. She wins some, she loses some. As a gambler, you've seen a hustler.
Mm-hmm. So like the perfect balance of I'll lose enough because I mean she can see everywhere, right? So she knows what I've got.
Yes, and I think that's the difficulty, that you're like, could she cheat? Absolutely. Would she cheat? I'm starting to know this being, but would she? Does she? So this is the thing. Like, hey, when you're folks, when you're making like immersive theatre, where you're like, are you finite or infinite games? Do you play to win, or do you play to play the game? And that's difficult. Like, she's obviously got nothing. Like, she could have taken Rig's clothing, or that was a very strange choice of his, misunderstanding the game. But like, if she won money, what's she going to do with money? But yes, as you said, like, that's the thing. It's like so difficult to predict, and then you do wonder if your own prejudice, not, you know what I mean, like your head of like going, cool, if I was like an amazing ultimate being, of course I'd do this, and you're like, difficult, very difficult to work it out. You definitely know she's not stupid. You definitely know that she's also, I think you can both go, she's hard to read, but there is affection there. And
I respect that she's up for playing.
Yes.
And up for playing and not just steamrolling in the way that she could.
Yes, yeah. But you also have seen her with Rig, and you kind of go, he's very keen.
There's concern there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So we leave Bullfrog for the moment, looking at her hollow of the young man with the baby. Folks, this is going over, but, you know, it's space, a lot's happening. We've got a big race in a couple of days. It's all very... Space! Rig, you want to do repairs with Echo?
Yes, please.
So we are probably a few hours away from getting to the asteroids. You've been working on it. Please do roll me a repair roll, and let's see what's been occurring.
We'll go with physical repairs for this one and do Rig. And I have the gambit, so I'll roll that as well.
Please feel free to.
Ooh, that's 5.
Cool. Rig, you've been spending a lot of time with Echo, and you're able to kind of pitch her ideas. What exactly do you think that you've been working towards? What's your focus of the various things that have been, sort of like, again, Bullfrog's also been like, this was clearly owned by a single man who didn't take particular good care of himself, probably never washed his bed sheets, you know.
Yeah.
He's a bit gross. He puts on a good show, but, you know, you're learning more. You know, when you're in someone's house, you're like, oh, really? Okay. Things have been clearing themselves up because the scuttlers have been working on it. Yes, tell me what you've been working on.
So, because this is the first time that he's been going around to actually look at doing repairs, and knowing that the ship is in a lot of disarray and has been neglected quite a bit by Mr. Brown, Rig is going to be focusing on bringing the ship back up to a standard that Echo would be comfortable with, or happy with at least, before any sort of improvements are done to it. Just to focus on the neglected areas and get all of that up and running again.
Okay, so I think, as I said, I keep mentioning the scuttlers. I think Echo sort of hands them over to you to be like, you've got little, like, mouse droids who are assisting you. For 5, you're also aware that the shuttle took damage, took an explosion from Ruskin Brown. I'm going to just say this is just sort of like, I keep talking about video games, like, we watch like a quick thing as like we watch the tables being cleared, like things being cleaned up. There is like, all of you having used the shower know that when it goes in, the extractor fan just goes, and you're like, that's now brought down to a quiet hum, you know, sort of like and there's sort of, just everything on the ship slightly improved, fixed. You do notice something, like when you've been playing with your rig, you have been given the debt of 10 credits. That as you open, it says 10 credits, 1 mug. Echo has charged you for the mug you broke.
Oh, what's the credits for?
No, you owe the ship 10 credits now.
Yeah, that's how much a mug costs?
I think you challenged that, and Echo just goes, "It was a nice mug. What can I say?"
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
That's fine. You. As soon as I get some credits, I will definitely pay that back.
So now, having decided a credit is £1, it's a £10 like tin mug, which is sort of like, I went to the Rin Galaxy and all I got was a stupid mug, You do also, I think, have Bullfrog's reaction as well. Bullfrog game recognized games that she's fucking with him. That is not the price of a mug, He's
happy to pay it. He doesn't question it at all. He hasn't got any credits to pay it, but he's...
No, I mean, Bullfrog has, but Bullfrog's
what
not
use has Echo for credits?
Can buy if they wanted to, they could have a nice stripe on the side of the ship.
I think she expects you to pay for that. Now I mean, the question of why does a ship need money is probably a question for another time. I'm not saying that there's a space Amazon, but she's going to be making some orders. I guess I would like a little dangly thing so I can hang it and look at it. Anyway, everyone, on that note, as I fleece one of my players, thank you everyone very much for joining us here for this game of Scum and Villainy Echo. If you have enjoyed what you've just seen, we play D&D on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RollTogetherRPG. That's on Mondays at 6 p.m. UK time. All of this is available at youtube.com/RollTogetherRPG, where you'll be watching this currently. And this is part of our Patreon. So massive thank you to the D20 Club and our dice heads for one of their local currency. They could probably get a relatively decent tin mug, sort of like it does its job. I mean, it hasn't been to the Rin Galaxy, but I'm not complaining. Let me get an update. The goats have taken over a Corvette and they're heading to the sun. Massive thank you to our sponsors and supporters. Thank you for sticking with us, players. Join us next week, where we'll see if the Echo Wave Riders will honour their promise. And
not next week, we won't.
Well, in 2 weeks. Well, next episode. Yeah. What is time? Especially here in space. So
in space.
Stay classy, space cowboys. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.